I'm Adrienne, your sex positive bestie, here for sexy talk, real stories, and tips that just hit. Ready to play? Let's go. It's been a shitty week, pun intended, because this week I had my colonoscopy. This was actually my fourth one. Colon cancer runs in my family, and so I've actually been getting these since age 30. I have some pro tips for you because I feel like if you're listening to the show, you are either overdue for one, due for one, or it's in your near future. And so I got some pro tips. Okay. Number one, I always fast for 2 days, not just the one day before. A lot of people are like, I can't do that, but I'm telling you, it makes things so much easier. Like the prep is the worst part, right? That's a big reason why most people don't get the screening. And I get it, right? But I'm telling you, for me, it's mostly just being dehydrated, but it's so worth just drinking bone broth and having some Jello, okay? Orange and green Jello for 2 days. Oh, and Martinelli's apple juice. Oh, the best. I swear I was tearing that up. I drink a lot of apple juice. But the fasting before 2 days makes things very easy, if you ask me. Also, I no longer will ever drink that liquid again. You can get a prescription called Sutab, and it's actually you take 12 tablets at like 5 p.m. and then 12 tablets, I think it's 6 hours later. And I know it sounds like a lot, like, oh my God, 12 pills. But let me tell you right now, getting down 12 pills twice is a hell of a lot easier than putting down a half gallon. I swear to God, it's so much liquid of like this disgusting grape, thick Pedialyte-ish. Oh God, it's that to me, I can't ever do that again. And then also use dude wipes. It's funny. Look, it sucks, right? But I'm here to promote it because getting these screenings and doing things for your health, it's so vital, right? Like most people who have colon cancer, they had symptoms when it was like stage 3, stage 4. And, we don't want that. And it's a very preventable disease if you get these screenings. So anyways, it was so funny because I like the prep. Okay. It is a thing. And I told Mr. Wright, I was like, wow, like we're really in love, aren't we? As I'm like racing to the bathroom every 5 minutes. And he said to me, he was like, Adrienne, is that pee? And I'm like, nope. That's butt piss. But anyways, I mean, it was a lot. It was funny because Zach said to me, he was like, well, at least you can't and at least nobody can say that you're full of shit. And he was like, now's the time if you guys want to get some in. I'm like, no, that's like the last thing I want to do right now. But enough talk about this. I do want to say though, this time I woke up in the middle of the procedure. This has never happened to me before. And I just woke up and it felt like there was like somebody, like, because literally there was, like, I felt like somebody was like scraping like my inside, like my stomach. And I was like, good morning. And the doctor was like, oh shit. And the anesthesiologist came running over and she was like, hi, you're not supposed to be here. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I was like, listen, if you're close to wrapping it up, we can just do that. And before I knew it, I was back out. But it was so funny because when he saw me afterward, he was like, do you remember? I was like, oh yeah. Like, I don't know if it's because I've had so many surgeries. Like I woke up in the middle of it, but that was a wild experience. Okay. Let's get to the fun stuff. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about the weekend that I had with Mia. It was a really fun time. And I felt like she was due for like a really good girls weekend. She actually invited me to an all-girl orgy the night before. So that was Friday night. And, it's so funny to me. And I'm going to talk a lot about, how I'm just more bi-situational. Okay. Like, I don't know how to explain that. To me, it's like the connection that I have with her. And I'm about her. Going to an all-girl orgy, I don't feel like I would really fit in there. Like, I need like dick swinging around on the corner. And it's just, it sounds amazing. And I know that it was, and it was so hot to hear about the night. And also I posted over on Instagram. One of the funniest things is she actually labels all of her toys with a label maker, because it's just, it's a lot of women and it's a lot of shenanigans. And I love that for them. It's funny because, and I'll talk about this in a minute, but I kind of am thinking to myself like, man, I really like being with her. I like the time that we have together. And it's funny, the day that we spent together on Saturday, which I'm getting ready to talk about right now, I like wanted to kiss her at random times or like be close to her. And it's just her though. And so Anyways, let me tell you about the day that we had together. We went to King's Spa in Chantilly, Virginia. It is like this massive spa. I'm talking like, I mean, it's huge. The building is enormous, and there's an outdoor pool, and I mean, it is just, it's like 3 levels of just spa and treatment rooms and saunas. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute, but like it's incredible. I think it's a Korean spa. So anyways, she had told me, she was like, hey, she said, there's like, you have to be nude in some of the areas. And I was like, oh, okay. And so you go in, you take your shoes off and you put them in a locker. I'm going to kind of give you a rundown because I want you like to experience this the way I did. Because I was like, oh my God, like it was like so different and unique, but also so amazing at the same time. Okay. So you go in, you put your shoes in a locker, and then we go into like the locker rooms, and they give you this little, like, it's like a magic band for the spa, right? And you tap your the shoe locker, opens up, put your shoes. You tap your main locker, open it up, put in your clothes, whatever. And so it was a beautiful day. And so Mia and I were like, oh my God, we definitely want to go to the pool. And it's a heated pool outdoors, but it's amazing. So we go, and instantly, I mean, there's just naked women everywhere. So basically, when you're in the women's locker room, you're just nude. And then like to take a shower, so there's a steam room, and to take a shower, which like you really want to do, take showers or go in the hot tubs or the saunas, you have to be fully nude. Okay. And it was so funny because Mia was like, you know, I couldn't see myself doing this with some of my vanilla friends. And I'm like, yeah, me either. Like, it's just, and I kind of wasn't prepared for like how nude we were going to be. Like, there's women waiting in line to use the bathroom, and they're just standing there nude. There's women walking around naked everywhere. And it's not that I'm new to that, right? Like, I've been to lifestyle parties and events, and I've seen tons of naked women. And it's not like it's a thing, but it just felt a little weird to be just full nude with everybody. So we get undressed by the lockers and put on our bathing suit. And then we walk over to the showers, and she's like, oh yeah, shoot, we have to get naked. So we like take our bathing suits off, and we walk over like into this massive room, right? There's like 4 hot tubs in the middle of the room. Think of it like a bathhouse. And then there's like rows of showers. And so we just we're standing next to each other, and we're just showering. And it was funny. Like, it felt like, not that I was in jail, but I kind of like maybe think to myself, like, this is what it's like when you have like a public bathhouse. And I mean, it was super nice, and the amenities are amazing there, but it was a little weird to be standing in the middle of the room showering with other women. And then we walk out, and we walk around the corner, and we went into a steam room. Like, I love a good sauna, and it felt so amazing. And it's actually really nice to be in there and be naked, and everyone else is naked too. And at that point, I started to feel comfortable. Like, I was like, all right, like, I can do this. Well, then we're leaving out of the bathhouse and putting our bathing suits back on. And I'm like, is there towels? And she hands me, it's like this towel the size of, like a hand towel, right? Like, it's so like, I'm just like tapping it on my skin and slowly drying myself off. And I'm like, do they have bigger towels? And she was like, no. I was like, do they have robes? And she was like, no. And I'm like, oh my God. Well, okay. So we put our bathing suits on, and then we went out to the pool, and the pool was amazing. It was nice and warm. It was a beautiful day, like I said, which we have not had that in a long time around here. It was like Snowmageddon for 3 weeks, like ice age around here for 3 weeks last month. And it felt so good to be outside and in the water. And they had like these little seats where you would have like water pressure on your back, or like, you know, the bubbler on your back for a back massage or foot massage. And it was all these really cool places and spaces that you can go. This is also a co-ed area. So I was thinking, like, you know, Mr. Wright and I could come here, and it's the same thing for the men. Like, it's fully nude in their areas, if you're in their areas. And then, you know, it was really nice. We went to the main pool and then the hot tub, and we got a little bit too hot. And then they have a huge indoor pool, and we sat in there, and we just had like a really, really nice time catching up and having conversations about real things going on in our lives. And it just makes me love and appreciate her in my life so much. She's someone that I can tell everything to, and I believe she feels the same way with me. And it just does nothing but just make me feel so close to her. And it was really, really nice to catch up with her and spend time with her. So we went from there into a dry sauna, and we sat in there for a little bit. And then she was like, all right, let's go change into our uniforms. So when you go to King Spa, you get this super sexy outfit that everyone else is wearing as well, like a massive t-shirt and then like these really long, clunky shorts. Like there's nothing cute about it. But we went back into the women's locker room, changed into their uniform, and then we started to explore the spa. So you walk out and there's all these rooms, like a salt room and then a hot stone room, a media room where these massive comfy chairs, and it's very quiet and just like a tranquil setting with like music, and then like this big screen of like super calming things like under the sea and all this shit. And then they had this really cool room with like all these wooden blocks. And it was so funny because Mia was like, it hurts to get on them, but once you get on them, you're going to love it. And I actually like fell asleep in that room. That was probably my favorite room. I also loved the salt room. It completely cleared my sinuses. Like I told her, I was like, oh my God, like talk about like lymphatic drainage. Like I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And they had like other hot steam rooms. They had like a crystal room. There was this one like super, super hot sauna, and she was like, I can't handle it in there. And I was like, I was kind of done like being super hot. And then we went up and we had an amazing lunch. They have an awesome cafeteria with like really good food, pho, and they have bento boxes. I had a ridiculously delicious salad, and like you can just spend the entire day there. She had gotten a foot massage there the week before, and I saw like the foot massage rooms, and it was so fucking busy there. Like I really wanted to book something, but we were a little bit crunched for time because we had a happy hour to attend that night. But man, I can't wait to go back and just enjoy that. Like she said, it's an hour foot massage. That sounds amazing to me. And like I said, it's 3 levels. You can do couples massage. I mean, I feel like I'm sitting here giving an ad, but I just want you to like get the experience, right? Like of what it was like here. And another thing, in the women's locker room, they had like, there's all these little add-ons everywhere. Like you can get a face mask or like under eye masks. There's all these things you can do. And they actually have, it's called V-Steam. It's a vagina steaming chair. So you put on this like face mask, and then you have this drape around you, and you're naked, and you sit on this base. It looks like a toilet almost, but it's like a comfy padded chair. And they have like steam that literally steams your vagina. It's like super good for balancing your pH. And if you have like any ingrown hairs, like it's just like a sauna for your vagina, right? And I was like, this is interesting. And let me tell you, that room was packed, okay? Like full. I definitely think I would like to try it. Mia told me, she's like, I did it and I didn't really feel like I got a lot out of it, but I'm like, I just kind of want to say that I did it and try it. It was $50. So a little steep for that, but everybody was doing it and it looked like they were enjoying it. So, then we went and took another shower and then got ready. And like, it was funny because I was like, I really wish I would have brought a towel. Like I needed a towel or a robe or something because I had to get fully ready there. Right. And, but that aside, next time I go, I will bring my own robe and, a water bottle, and you wear socks around the whole place too. That's the only thing I would do differently is bring like something I could dry off with. Like we got out of the shower and I was like, okay, like I would take this little washcloth and clean off my entire body and clean my hair and all this stuff. So anyway, but it was an amazing day and I felt so good when I left there. Like I said, you have this little magic band. So everything, all your purchases, your services, your treatments, your lunch, whatever you get in the spa, when you leave at the end, you swipe your magic band and get your bill. It's kind of funny because I was like, oh, this feels like free money, girl math, but no, that shit, it adds up. But I can't wait to go back. And it was just quite the experience for sure. Okay, so we got ready and then we headed back to Falls Church for a meet and greet. And this is a different group for me, and I hadn't attended any of their events before, although Mia has invited me to so many. And I promise you, I'm going to be trying to make it to as many as I can in the future because it was such a good group and an amazing vibe. I really, really enjoyed myself. So we went to this happy hour meet and greet, and there was probably like 30 people there. And what I will say is the couples were all really hot. Like I was like, damn. I got to see Stone Cold. If you guys remember from my first lifestyle party, he was there. I haven't seen him in like 2 years. It was so good to see him. And it was fun catching up with him. That was amazing. And then just a couple of other couples that I know and gals that I know. This group is more focused on like bisexual women in relationships. And it's like this very safe space for bisexual women and their husbands or spouses or partners. And I don't know. I really like the vibe. I can't wait to get to know more of the couples better. And I just had a really, really good time. Something else that one of my friends told me about, because she was at the orgy the night before, is there's Viagra for women. Okay. And it's like a cream form. It's sildenafil cream that you put like on your clit and like just, I don't know. Mia was like, I put it all over. And it was her first time experiencing it. And she was like, Adrienne, my orgasm was so intense. And also it was really, really easy to climax. I am going to order it. It's on hellowisp.com. I think I have to make a phone call because it is a prescription. And then you get like sildenafil. It's 1% or 3%. I'm just going to go full on 3% because let me tell you, I think I have ruined myself with toys. It is something that has been difficult for me. I feel like it takes so long and like it's really difficult for me to climax. I don't climax from straight penetration. Like I'm a clit climaxer, and sometimes it's like really hard because I get in my head and like the toys, I just use them so much. I have used them so much over the last few years, especially. And Mr. Right can care less, but it would be nice to have something that can make the area a little more sensitive. Like I'm going to try it. And I will give you the results and let you know how it goes. Because from what these gals were saying, they were like, it's amazing. And it's also like waterworks. So I am very excited to try this. It's a sildenafil cream for women for female arousal. And so I am seriously very, very excited. Let me see. Oh, I want to say something too. It was funny because I had a conversation with Mr. Right before I went to the meet and greet because with his schedule, he's so busy at work and his business is weekends, right? Nights and weekends. And although I feel like our schedules work really well together and it's a good balance for us because I like my alone time and so does he. It's tough when like he can't go to all the events or spend time, over the weekends. And I had a conversation with him because I was like, hey, I'm going to this meet and greet after and I'm, spending the day with Mia. And he was like, Adrienne, like you don't have any boundaries with Mia. You're free to do whatever you want with her. And I was like, I know that, like, great. And then I also said, well, there's going to be men here and other couples. I said, I'm going to tell you how I feel. I feel a little not like I just felt, not that I felt bad, but I just wanted him to be a part of that. I want him to meet the other couples with me. I want him to have connections with people as well. And he was like, Adrienne, he was like, look, you're free to do what you want. He was like, kissing and talking and, meeting people. He was like, you could do whatever you want with Mia. He was like, but, if you have a connection with someone, you want to make out with them, like I have no problem. And it was funny because I told him, I said, I don't really think I'm comfortable doing that. Like making out with someone else, another man, when he's not there. I don't know why that kind of just like made me pause a little bit. But I told him, I said, I don't think I'm comfortable with that. Not yet. And it was funny to me. I don't know why I feel that way. And I actually like met some people that I was like, wow, like I would definitely play with this person. And yeah, it was interesting. I really was missing him. I was missing my partner. Like I really wanted him to be there and to share that experience with me. So just wanted to put that out there because it's so important to talk about, when you're in this open world, when you are in a relationship, and it's just to have that communication and to always know your boundaries. Like before any event or anything that I do, I'm always talking with him, even though he says, Mia, I could do whatever I want with. And, I'm still going to ask him every time, like, do you mind if me and Mia play together? And so that's just what I'll be doing. Okay. So this is when I started thinking to myself, because I spent so much time with her during the day and then, meeting all these people. And also a lot of the women there were so into each other. And like, I was sitting there thinking, I was like watching other, females who I knew were a couple and in a relationship with their husbands, whatever. And I swear to you, it made me think to myself, like, could I date Mia? Like, could I like date her, right? Like, and have like a relationship with her on the side. And Mr. Right would have no problem with it. But I got to tell you, like, my connection with her and my attraction to her is just getting stronger and stronger. And I thought to myself, like, wouldn't it be fun to explore that on the side, right? It's just something that I have really been thinking about. And so I am thinking I kind of want to explore my bi-situational sexuality a little bit more and see where it goes. And by the way, this is what I love about being in the lifestyle, about being open, about ethical non-monogamy relationships, right? It's the ability to explore, try new things, see where it goes, right? I'll try something once. If I like it, I'll do it again. If I don't, then I won't. And I just love that I can evolve and try new things and explore things and just really enjoy myself. And so that's just all I want to say. All right. I got a lot of feedback from the last episode. So many of you felt like you could relate to me when I was talking about, the pressure that I've been putting on Mr. Right, and also kind of myself, like keeping this scorecard of like how many times we fucked this week. And if we haven't fucked, 10 times in the last 24 hours, is there something wrong? And I just want to say, I felt very vulnerable sharing with you, but I'm glad that I did because so many of you reached out to me. And I want to tell you, I've really been working on myself over these last 2 weeks. I've been taking a good look inside of myself and thinking about, why I felt that way and how I can fix it. A friend, she said to me, she was like, I hope you don't hate me after I say this. And she told me, she said, Adrienne, you've been in the lifestyle and doing your thing. Let's see, Mr. Right and I will be together almost 2 years coming up, which is crazy. But for 4 years before that, I was in the lifestyle and enjoying it. But I started talking about how, I'm looking for love. I'm looking for that elusive connection. Where is he? And now I got it. And she's like, and you're trying to fuck it up? She's like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, you know what? That's really, really right. That's extremely right. And so the last 2 weeks, I've really quit my shit. I've quit the tally keeping and, getting pissed off or frustrated or being like, is something wrong? And it's really taken the pressure off. And funny enough, I feel like Mr. Right and I have been getting it in and having so much sex, like hot stuff too. Like the other day I came into the living room and he was like, take those pants off. And he just went down on me for like 15 minutes and it was just so amazing. And then he was like playing poker and I was rubbing him and I was like, oh, I like these boxers. And then next thing you know, he's like rock hard. And he was like, bend over on that couch. And I'm like, fuck yeah. It's just been really, really nice to take that pressure off of myself and off of him. If you have felt this way, or you feel like you're always wanting more, or you need that physical connection, and like you can put a lot of pressure on your partner. Like I was doing it to him. I really was. You feel like you're always the one initiating and, just being on that end of things. I want to ask you to try and take a break from it, right? When you feel that anxiety, when you feel that like gut and instinct and you're, putting all that pressure on yourself and on your partner, take that energy and, put it into yourself, like improving yourself. I've been going to the gym. I've been working on new projects. I've been, organizing the house, like focusing on other ways, right? Like, what can I do for myself right now? And just taking a break from that, right? And I want to say, like, it's not about withdrawing from your partner or punishing your partner, because that's like the worst thing you can do, but you're reducing the pressure, but also keeping up the same, communication and lifestyle and love that you two share together. But you're reducing the pressure and the expectation, right? So like, I'm not doing the dishes and cooking dinner and then being like, hey, am I going to get laid tonight? Or, dressing up in a sexy outfit or looking really pretty and thinking that he'll, recognize it and want to fuck me right away. I'm still doing all the normal things that I do, but I'm not expecting him and putting the pressure on him, right? And so that's made a huge difference. I've also been focusing on those other forms of intimacy, right? Like, Mr. Right is always touching me, like the foot rubs, the rubbing my head. Like last night he rubbed my head and my hair for like I swear to God, it was like an hour. And I felt like I was like in La La Land. It was so amazing. And that's super close. And like he kisses me on my head, gives me hugs. Like there's so much connection that we have together. I wake up in the middle of the night and he's, grabs my hand. And so I'm focusing on that. I'm taking the advice from my friend and I'm stopping the shit, right? Like I'm not trying to ruin what I have. I'm stopping the pressure, the overanalyzing, and I'm just enjoying life as it happens, right? Life and love as it happens. And just, I'm really focusing and being where my feet are. So a lot to talk about. Okay. Last week, I spoke with you about the yes/no sexual quiz. And I realized it's been a while since I've talked to you about a few other sexual games that I have available on the website, midlifecraving.com. So I'm actually going to whip up a little bonus episode talking all about them with you. And right now, I'm going to get out of here because I just heard Mr. Right walk in the door and we have a hot date set. I actually sent him a text and I said, hey, we have the house to ourselves tomorrow. And he said, let's go. And I said, this is my text to him. I want to start with a good makeout and then I want you on top and move super slow as you slide inside of me the first few times. Then I want you to grab my ass, hang me off the bed, throw my knees over your shoulders and fuck me hard. I want you to put your hand over my mouth too. Then I want lots of eye contact. I want you to roll me over, slam my legs shut, push deep inside of me and fill my pussy. Okay? My mouth is watering. That's what I'm going to go do. I'll see you guys later.